Welcome back, and today we're going to cut out the enclosure for the PC160 CNC lathe. So let's get started. Here I'm loading the DXF file from our last video into Lightburn. I'll set it up for the correct cut parameters, and then we'll go over and load some MDF into the laser cutter. We'll align the laser head to the MDF, and then we can begin cutting. Now it is time to do the dry assembly, so I'm just going to jigsaw all these components together until we've got the box we need, and we can check that all the joints are correct, and we'll move from there. This is why we do a test cut. Somehow I lost the jigsaw bits on this side. But that's okay, this is just a test, so I will check the file and try and get that back into it. That's part A. Let's go over to the lathe and see if it fits. So that's about where I want it to sit in real life. And that all seems to fit under there. Seems to be just enough clearance for the turret. See that. Under there. Just sit it like that. Awesome. I'm going to add a little bit more material so I can engage on that switch here. I think I'll just add it to the inside of this. Excellent. I'll make up the second box and see if it fits on the back. Alright, I've just mocked up this second box off camera. I think we're going to run into an issue with these cables coming out just here, which I didn't account for. Yep, that's going to be a problem. I need to take this edge that way, another 10 mil. Probably a little bit, I'll go 20 mil. Should make enough clearance for that. But if it wasn't there, that'd be bang on. Alright, a couple of changes and we're good to go. See that there's no finger joint on that surface for some reason, and we also want to take this edge further this way. So let's try and go back to the CAD and find out where that happened. So this took a lot longer than expected. Didn't turn out to be an error in something I did, but rather when I did the arrange or flat pack, it corrupted part of the file. So all I did was draw back in the history and then bring it back forward again. Once that's complete, we'll create a new sketch, export it out as a DXF. We'll head over to the laser cutter and cut it out some acrylic. Alright, so now I've got all the parts. Let's start putting them together. When laser cutting, you sometimes get some kerf on the material, which is basically the laser cutting on a taper, and that's what's happened here. So I've gone and got a file and just removed some of that kerf, and then the part fits perfectly. Yeah, it's the first section together. I use this product called Weldon, which is an acrylic glue that's flat running. So all we have to do is just run it down the edges like this. It goes into the edges, all the crevices. Stick this all together. Use some tape to hold it. And we're done. Alright, moment of truth. Let's swap out these MDF for the acrylic. So something I missed in the design was we're going to have to remove this section here, like that up to there, to allow clearance for this safety switch mechanism. It's a bit of a bummer, but that's an easy job. We can do that just with a saw. Alright, so I just used the jigsaw to cut out that little section. And it sits in there very well. Final stages, I want to put a piece of material up here to act as the hinge. And the hinge is going to let it come up like that. Only for when you need to service it. It's not a normal operation. And here we go, I'll put both parts together. And I also need to add hinges to the back here, so allow this to come up like this. And back down. We can go do that over at the other bench. There's a few butt hinges. And I've got these thread forming screws which screw into plastic. So what we're going to do is line this all up, drill a few holes, and use these screws to hold the hinges in. think we'll just start off with 2 and then we'll see how that goes, and we might add a 3rd into the center there. So I've just lined it up to the edge of the other piece of acrylic, so there'll be 4.5 mm from the edge. Now I'll find the right drill bit and we'll drill some holes. I always like to use a test bit of the same material just to make sure everything's correct. Just drill through. Second, use the screw. Definitely went in. Can't see any cracks. Definitely a crack in it. So that's a little bit too tight, I think. Pull the screw back out. Yeah, so we had a little bit of a blowout there of acrylic. That's very sharp. Probably shouldn't do that. Let's try another hole. Does the same. So the second time it didn't do it, and that seems like it's threaded in quite well. Let's check it a third time. Again, hasn't chipped, so I think this is the right drill bit. It just chipped the first time. We just got a bit unlucky, I think. Alright, time to drill these holes. Drilling acrylic is always fun. It does like to chip and break. Let's see if we can attach these. Hinge number 1 on. Pop it back up onto this. I don't know if you can see that. Just make sure it all lines up still, those markings before we drill them. Looks good on that side. Oh, we've lost the mark on this side. Theory, that should open. Well, I'm quite happy with that. Don't think it needs the other one, so it's going to be fixed on this side. I reckon that'll be great. Excellent. Do another fitment check. I'll just go grab it off the bench and bring it over. That's tied there. Should be able to open the lid. The lid doesn't go as far as I need it to go. That's because of those screw heads.
I'll just replace with some countersink ones, and I think we'll be good to go. Let's just do it like that. That's a couple of little tweaks we still have to do, but overall it does look a lot nicer. I can still run it as it is, and I'll just have to lift the whole thing off. But I'll go upstairs and see if I've got any countersink screws that I can replace these with, and if I can, then that should open up as far as we kind of need it to.